Now in this video, I'm going to be eating 2 bags of candy. No, I'm just joking. We're actually going to be talking about group by in SQL. And I'm going to be using the candy as a visual explanation in order to explain how aggregate functions and group by works. So let's jump into the computer. So I took that candy that I was dumping out on the desk earlier and I put it into a CSV. And the CSV has 3 columns. It has the candy type, so Starburst or M&Ms. It has the color, and then it has the quantity. And like any good data analyst, before we load this into our SQL server, we're going to be taking a look at the data to try and understand its structure before we load it. So first things first, candy type and color will obviously be text, so probably a varchar, and quantity will be an integer. We can't have half a candy, so there's no need to worry about decimals. One thing you also might be noticing is that both candies come in some colors. So for example, Starburst comes in red and M&Ms come in red, but some of the candies also come in their own unique colors. So for example, Starburst come in pink and M&Ms come in brown, and the other one doesn't. So like you can't get a brown Starburst. So this is going to be a really great data set for us to learn and practice the group by and aggregate function with. Let's get busy creating a table and then loading this data into our SQL server. And by the way, if you don't have a SQL server to load this data into, go down and watch the earlier videos in this Learn SQL for Free video series, and I'll teach you how to set up your own computer exactly like mine. With that said, let's get going creating our table. All right, so I've gone ahead and I've logged into my local host SQL server, and I'm going to create a table. So I'm going to go create table, and I'm going to go SQL practice, because that's our database, DBO, because that's our schema, and candy. And then what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to specify the columns. So our first column is going to be candy type, and that's going to be a varchar, and I'll just give it 255 characters. Our next column is going to be our color, right? And that will be a varchar as well, 255 characters. And then our next column is going to be our quantity, and that'll be an int. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run this create table statement. So we have a table. Next thing, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to load that CSV. So I'm going to paste in our bulk insert statement, right? So here we are. I'm going to adjust this to be candy. We're going to bulk insert into candy from our file path. So we're going to need to put in the path of our CSV. It's going to be in a format of CSV. The text are going to have double quotes. The row is going to end in a new line, and then the first row will be the second line. So I'm going to go and I'm going to go copy in the path, and we're going to load it. Here it is. Right, it's on my D drive, and then it is candy data.csv. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run this. And just like that, we have 10 rows of data. So now when we select star from SQL practice.dbo.candy, we should get our data. So there we go. Here's our data ready for us to practice group by and aggregations on. So what is a group by statement? So a group by is a reserved SQL keyword. It goes right below the where statement if you have one, or the from statement if you don't have a where statement. And what it allows you to do is it allows you to group by different categories in SQL. So for example, if I go group by candy type here, and I select candy type, right? What it'll do is it'll return just my candy type. Now, when you're using group by, all the columns that you have in your select statement either need to be in the group by or they need to be in an aggregate function. So when I run this, it's going to go ahead and it's going to throw me an error. Now, what is an aggregate function? Well, an aggregate function allows you to aggregate or perform mathematical operations over those groups. So there's a few different ones, and I'm going to just list them out here. So we have sum, we have count, min, max, and average. and its average as AVG. And these are our aggregate functions. And what these allow us to do is essentially collapse our data down using the group by in order to get a more or less detailed result. So let's walk through an example of each one of these using our candy from earlier. All right, so the first function that we're going to be talking about is count. So when you run a count star on a table, so go count and then star, it returns the number of rows that you have in a table. So for example, if I run this, I'll get 10 because I have 10 rows. But if we were to go group by color and then go color and then go in here and go candy type, right? What it's going to go ahead and do is it's going to look at all of the colors and then take a count of the candy type. So here's all that candy that I dumped out on my desk earlier. As you can see right here, what it's going to do is it's going to return the one row for every single color. So in this case, right, I'll get a row for pink, a row for red, so on and so forth. It'll then take a count of the total number of candies within that group. So in this case, pink will return 1, red will return 2 because it has both starbursts and M&Ms, and brown will return 1 just because it has M&Ms. So let's take a look at our server and see if that's right. So here I am highlighting that query we just wrote. And look, just like we saw in that photo, that's exactly what SQL does. All right, hopefully you're starting to get the hang of this. Let's take a look at another aggregate function. The next one that I want to talk about with you guys is the sum function. So the sum allows you to do things like calculate total quantities. So let's select candy type, so candy underscore type, and then let's select the sum of quantity, right? And then let's go from our SQL practice, right? .dbo candy group by candy type and take a look at what this returns. But before that, let's look at our PowerPoint. So as you can see right here, we only have 2 candy types. We've got starbursts and we have M&Ms. When we return quantity, what it's going to do is it's going to sum the total number of starbursts in this box and then the total number of M&Ms in this box, because that's what we're asking it to group by. We're asking it to group by candy, and we're asking it to aggregate over that group. So in this case, let's go ahead and highlight this and let's run it and let's see what we get. And just like that, that's what we got. So we had 57 M&Ms in our bag and 12 starbursts. And just like that, if you look, it aggregated over. So hopefully that you're starting to kind of see the pattern and you're starting to kind of understand where we're going. So let's talk about average. So when I go and I run the same thing and I go candy type and I average quantity, right? So go average, and I'm going to remove that comma right there. Going back, it's still going to group over this starburst, right? But it's going to average for every single row. So in this case, we have a row for every single color. So it's going to say, okay, the average for starburst is 3 because we have 4 groups of 3. So the average of those groups is 3. M&Ms, it's going to return possibly a decimal because we don't have equal numbers of the same number of M&M colors. So it's going to average the quantity that we have of each color. So let's see if that's what happens. Here we are highlighting our code and running it. And look, so we have an average quantity of 9 of each color of M&M. And then just like we predicted with starbursts, we have 3. All right. Hopefully you're feeling pretty good about these. You're starting to get into a problem. Let's talk about min and max. So min and max are our next and final kind of aggregate functions that we're talking about. And they can do things like they can return the highest salary, right? Or the lowest salary. So if I go ahead and I just take right here, right, a select max quantity, what it's going to do is it's going to return the highest quantity. So if you notice, it returned 13, and that's because it looked across each one of these individual groups, right? And the highest quantity was blue, so it returned 13. Now, what's really interesting about this, right, is that if we then start grouping, and this is true for all aggregate functions, right? So if we group by candy type, and then if we group by, I believe, color, right? And we add both of those into our group by right here, what we'll get for this function will be the actual quantity value, right? So if you look, right, there's 13 blues and it didn't do any aggregations. And that's because we're treating, in this scenario, we're treating each one of these as an individual group. And there's only one group when I split it across starbursts and color. So the max of this color is 3 because that's the only quantity that is in that cross section. So hopefully this is making sense. Let's just, for practice, right? Let's go ahead and let's change this to min. And let's run this. And as you'll see, we'll get the same thing as max because, again, there's only one value in one group. But if I strip out color, right? So let's remove that. What it'll do is it'll look across our candy types, right? And it'll return them in quantities. So in this case, starburst, right? They are all 3. So it's going to return 3. For M&Ms, the lowest quantity is brown. So it's going to return 5. So let's go back to our SQL server where I've run this. And as you can see, that's exactly what happened. All right, it's that time of the video where we do practice problems. Now, if you want to do the practice problems that I'm about to give you, you are going to need your server set up exactly like mine. So go watch the Learn SQL for Free playlist starting from the very beginning, and you'll learn all of the skills that will get you up to this point, as well as how to set up your computer exactly like mine. With that, it's time for practice problem number 1, and we're going to be using some of the tables that we initially created. In particular, we're going to be using our order table. So practice problem number 1 is going to be to go ahead and it's going to be to return me a sum of the total amount that we sold across all orders. So practice problem 1 is sum of total amount across all orders. And I want you to name it. So name the column, the result that you return, total value. All right, go ahead, pause the video now and work on that problem. Okay, we're back and it's now time for us to attempt that problem. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go select from SQL practice.dbo.orders. And we'll go as A here, so we'll give it a table alias, and we'll go sum total amount as, and we'll need to put it in quotes because I wanted you to call it a value with space. So we'll go total value, right? And it's not going to like that, so we're going to put it in single quotes here. And when we run that, what we should get is we should get, right, the total value across our orders table. Now, time for practice problem number 2. So I've gone ahead and typed it up, but practice problem number 2 is going to be to group by the month of the order and then the total sales of that month. And I want you to name the column total value again. So name the column total value. So go ahead, pause the video, and try that now. All right, so we're back. Let's go ahead and let's answer that problem. So I threw you guys a little bit of a curveball because you're going to have watch the date functions video that was earlier in this playlist. But in order to extract the month, right, you can use the month function and you can go order date. And I'll call this as month. I'll call it month val, right? And then we're going to want to sum, again, total amount. And it'll be as, and we'll need the single quotes, total value. And it'll be from SQL practice.dbo.orders. And we'll go ahead and we will run that. And what you'll see, and oop, I got an error because I forgot my group by, right? So I need to go group by right there, and I'll go month. And just like that, when I run this, huzzah, there is our month val and the total value across all of our tables for that month. So that's the answer to that problem. So with that, I hope you have a better understanding of how group by and aggregate functions works in SQL, and I hope you enjoyed the candy example. And yes, I did eat the candy, even though it was off my really dirty desk. I'm a little bit of a sucker for sugar. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing and liking it, and joining me to learn for the rest of this series on SQL. I'm teaching people SQL completely for free. I'm not trying to sell you a course. I'm not trying to sell you my consulting services. I'm just doing it because I think it's fun, and I think data should be more approachable for more people. And with that, thank you for watching.